Coming up on News Live at 6, a new fast food franchise opening in Syracuse. What does the grand opening look like, and what is it?
And a new mural of an SU legend will be finished later this week. A look behind the scenes at the creation process next.
Plus, a club at SUNY Oswego looks to make their mark on the central New York real estate scene. Those stories and more when News Live at 6 starts right now.
This is CitrusTV News Live at 6, your campus news leader.
Well, Syracuse has its latest fast food staple. Welcome to News Live at 6 for this Wednesday. I'm Luke Welch.
And I'm Moira Vaughan. That's right, Shake Shack has its grand opening today at its new Syracuse location. Our reporter Drew Matiasik has the latest from Erie Boulevard. Drew, how's opening day going?
Thanks, guys. Well, it's going really well. Just take a look at the line of people standing up right behind me at Shake Shack. This line's been going on since 10:30 this morning when Shake Shack opened. Now, this is not the first upstate New York location of Shake Shack. There's a lot that have been up and down the thruway if you wanted to go there, but not many people really enjoy going to Shake Shack or getting their fast food on the thruway. This is the first permanent Syracuse location of Shake Shack, but it's not the first extension of a major fast food franchise that has hit central New York. Back in 2018, Chick-fil-A expanded up to upstate New York, opening their Cicero location, and then right after that in 2023, Crumble opened up their first Syracuse location in DeWitt, followed by an opening in Liverpool and a new extension coming to Fairmount. Dave's Hot Chicken opened up in 2024 in Cicero, and coming next, we don't know when, but coming next is a location in Fairmount for, guess what, Wingstop. The nearest Wingstop location currently is in Utica, which is about an hour east of Syracuse. That one's opening up in Camillus at a date to be determined. Now, if you want to go join these people and get some shakes, get some fries, get some burgers, they're open 10:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. every single day, including today on their grand opening. If you feel brave enough to brave out these 50 degrees, these pretty chilly, windy temperatures, just to get a shake, just to get some burgers and fries, feel free to do it. Luke and Moira, back to you.
Looks like I know where I'll be headed after this. Well, it's puck drop on a new partnership between the National Hockey League and Syracuse University. SU announced yesterday that the partnership is part of the NHL's Player Development Program and will offer a range of online classes in both the undergraduate and graduate level. Courses offered include everything from policy studies to conflict resolution, with a tuition discount for players and their families. This joins the program released 2 years ago for Major League Soccer players.
In our Otto, the Orange has officially joined their name, image, and likeness era. Otto is the first mascot in the nation to get a merchandise deal with the NIL and will be a part of the new 2025 Mascot Mania jersey collection.
The collection features a vintage jersey with a graphic of Otto and numbers of current Syracuse football players signed to NIL. Each purchase directly pays Syracuse football players in the Orange mascot program. These benefits from the deal will allow Otto to be at more campus events. Well, sticking with Syracuse icons, for more than 15 years, Chris B. Murray has been painting murals all across the Northeast.
But a certain mural is one of a Syracuse legend who has a special place in his heart. RG Bazerman shows us all of the prep ahead of its unveiling ceremony this weekend.
A project years in the making.
I told my parents in 3 to 5 years I'm going to be painting large-scale murals. I pointed at a building, and they kind of chuckled, and we laughed, and here I am 5 years later.
Spanning thousands of miles and countless spray cans.
There was months where I drove back and forth to Syracuse 2 to 3 times. I've done a number of murals, but this one is by far the biggest.
4 stories of wall space, all dedicated to SU's Jim Boeheim.
Such a legendary career that I'm honored to be able to do this for him.
For Chris B. Murray, it's an honor that represents his passions.
This one is by far my most sacred.
And new challenges he's had to face.
I essentially wore all the hats for this project, from getting it off the ground to now painting it.
Fundraising, finding sponsors, and the right location all fell on Chris. Worth it for a full circle moment to honor a hometown hero.
It's good to give something like this back to the community, and it just feels like home to me.
So, out of all the Syracuse legends, why choose Jim Boeheim for this amazing mural? Chris says it's because so many of his memories are tied to the coaching icon's career.
I grew up loving SU basketball. I went to Jim's basketball camps in the summer.
Chris even knows where he was for Boeheim's most iconic moment, the 2003 National Championship game.
I watched it from my dorm room at RIT freshman year.
Great memories he couldn't be happier to share through his art.
It's a great feeling to be able to kind of bring this back home and do it here.
Reporting for Citrus TV News, I'm Jude Bazerman.
Jude, thank you. And SU has hit a milestone in the search for a new chancellor. The position description has officially been finalized. The search committee hopes to identify finalists by January of 2026 and select the new chancellor by the start of the next academic year. The committee says updates will now be limited throughout the process. More information about the finalized description can be found on the Chancellor Search website.
Up the coast, on Lake Ontario, a group of students at SUNY Oswego are making their mark on Central New York.
Our Roman Verna takes us behind the scenes of the school's real estate club and tells us their major impact.
It's the largest mall in New York State, home to over 200 stores, restaurants, and experiences. But come November, it'll be home to a new type of experience, one much larger than any on the property.
And that's because right behind me at Destiny USA is where the Central New York Real Estate Conference plans to take over an entire floor of the mall, boasting over 20 speakers, 80 organizations, and over 500 guests in attendance.
We got to shoot for the stars here. Let's do something huge that no one else is doing.
That's Eason Lee and Hayden Levi, two of the event's organizers. They're also leaders of the Real Estate Club at SUNY Oswego, the organization behind the conference.
We're here to kind of better ourselves and better other people, so we kind of found this group of really motivated kids and motivated people. Like, how can we get our foot in the door and be with industry leaders in real estate and get to know them and basically network?
But to make the conference happen, students need to learn how to sell. And Lee says that means more than just money.
Every day we are selling. Selling yourself, selling ideas, selling the team, selling the event. And so this is giving a rich experience across the team.
And the skills they learn in the club don't stop in the meeting room. They go on to the classroom. The club has become so influential that SUNY Oswego added a real estate minor, allowing students to get their licenses before they even graduate. And they say that's just the start.
I see big future with this club. I mean, as even this semester we've grown it from 15 kids to about 50 right now.
And one of the big goals that we have for the Real Estate Club is to have our own portfolio that we manage, that we renovate and also rent.
But the one thing that will always remain constant is the learning.
Tell me, I might forget. Teach me, I might remember. Involve me, I will learn.
From SUNY Oswego, Roman Verna, Citrus TV News.
The conference is scheduled for November 13th. For more information, you can find tickets at cnyrealestateconference.com. Roman, thank you for your coverage. Well, I can tell we got back from fall break and it's officially feeling like fall. I was walking outside this morning and I was like, wait, I need to turn around and get a jacket.
I was not prepared for the cold I was going to be hit with this morning. I walked out, even wearing a sweater. I was like, okay, a little chill. No, full-blown jackets. We are back in Syracuse winter. I'm going to miss that sunshine.
They say fall comes in pretty demure. I saw a TikTok that said that. I didn't believe it. But Alexa, Korrie, what do you think of that?
It's definitely really cold and I'm happy I have my jacket. I walked out today, the studio, to come and do weather and I didn't grab my jacket. I'm happy I went back in to grab it because it is 53 degrees out, and as you can tell behind me, it is still pretty sunny. There's not too many clouds out, although the gusts of wind is what makes it very cold. We're experiencing about 10 to 15 mile an hour gusts of winds, which is very chilly out here. My nose is starting to get a little bit red, and that's not all. It's going to drop down to about 45 degrees later tonight, although the gusts of wind are going to go down. It's going to be a light 3 to 5 mile an hour, which will be nice, although it's still going to be cold. Without any sun, it's going to be super cold, so you're going to want to wear a jacket and definitely some more comfortable shoes than heels because my feet are feeling really cold. But that's all I have for right now. Luke and Moira, back to you guys.
Alexa, thank you. Well, moving to the latest in the murder of Marcy inmate Robert Brooks, the prosecution and defense have both rested their cases earlier today in a Utica court. The prosecution called 12 witnesses to testify, while the defenses of the 3 former COs did not call any. One witness, the sergeant to COs Kiefer, Gallagher, and Kingsley, testified that the three lied on their use of force reports under his guidance. He made that statement after accepting a plea deal for only 4 years in prison. Other evidence presented included autopsy reports and body cam footage. The jury is now still reviewing the evidence and deciding on a verdict.
And your gas bills may be a little higher than usual this winter. National Grid is predicting that upstate New Yorkers' monthly statements may increase by up to 10%. That's roughly $66. According to National Grid, the reason for the increase includes the cost of maintaining safe natural gas delivery.
TSA's top priority to make sure that you have the most pleasant and efficient airport experience as possible while we keep you safe. However, Democrats in Congress refuse to fund the federal government. And because of this, many of our operations are impacted, and most of our TSA employees are working without pay. We will continue to do all that we can to avoid delays that will impact your travel. And our hope is that Democrats will soon recognize the importance of opening the government.
That was a video from the Department of Homeland Security. Syracuse's Hancock International Airport, is choosing not to play this video of DHS Secretary Kristi Noem at TSA checkpoints like she requested. Syracuse Airport Authority says they will not promote political advertising and will remain neutral. Along with roughly 20 other airports, they are choosing to show a video of Noem promoting the Real ID instead.
The New York Young Republicans have come under extreme scrutiny following chat log leaks yesterday. In a group chat with young Republican leaders across from the nation, members used racial slurs, anti-Semitic language, and threatened to torture their opponents on multiple occasions. Many of those who made comments also work in state governments or for political parties.
The chats date back to January and stem from the group's disdain with currently young Republican leadership.
The former chair of the New York State Young Republicans and one of the members of the group chat says the messages are a coordinated attack from the New York Young Republicans, a separate organization based in the city. Quinta then apologized as political leaders on both sides of the aisle condemned the messages.
When we return, the latest details on the IDF-Hamas ceasefire. The numbers of the hostages released coming up.
Plus 6 visas revoked by the U.S. State Department yesterday due to social media posts. All that and more. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Luke Radel.
And I'm Anjanette Song. We're your co-moderators for the Syracuse mayoral debate.
Happening right here at the Veterans Center. We are so excited to welcome you in here to the KG Town Auditorium.
Doors open at 6 on Monday, October 20th.
And as debate moderators, we actually don't have that much work to do.
That's right, and that's because you're going to be asking the questions.
So be sure to come out and join us because we have a lot of seats to fill.
A lot of seats to fill. So make sure to join us for our first ever Citrus TV mayoral town hall.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
You're watching Citrus TV News Live at 6 with Luke Welch, Moira Vaughan, and Alexa Korrie. And now, your campus news leader continues.
Welcome back. Well, the first stage of the Israel-Hamas ceasefire deal is continuing as both sides have returned hostages and prisoners to their respective families. 20 living Israeli hostages were released to Israel and 1,900 Palestinians have been returned to Gaza as of today.
While there has been little reporting of any difficulties with the release of prisoners and live hostages, there is concerns about the bodies that have been returned. The Israeli government claims that one of the bodies they received is not an Israeli hostage. Meanwhile, health officials in Gaza report signs of abuse and torture in the bodies received so far. And moving to the White House, the Trump administration revoked the visas of 6 foreigners on Tuesday for making negative comments about Charlie Kirk after his assassination. The State Department decided that they should lose their visas after reviewing their social media posts about the late conservative activist.
The announcement came as President Trump was awarding Kirk the Presidential Medal of Freedom after being assassinated last month. The administration has been criticized for targeting people for their comments about Kirk, leading to free speech concerns amongst journalists, teachers, and now all citizens. Well, to the latest in the government shutdown as it enters its 3rd week, with the House Speaker Mike Johnson saying there is nothing to negotiate with Democrats until they reopen the government through a vote in the Senate. Senate Democrats have now rejected the GOP bill to reopen the government 8 times.
As the shutdown continues, President Trump has rearranged the budget to pay the military, but his other administrative goals have faced challenges. A U.S. district judge says, she is inclined to block the Trump administration from firing workers during the government shutdown. She adds this possibly creates some buffer room for government workers in non-military sectors.
And I'll have your 5-day weather forecast and more after the break. Stick with us.
Dad, they took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. Dad! You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
From the CitrusTV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
And now taking a look at your 5-day weather forecast. So this week isn't looking too bad. We are still experiencing some sun and some pretty nice temperatures. As you can tell, Thursday is mostly sunny, high of 55, low of 35, so it is going to be pretty chilly. Friday, pretty much same thing, although that low isn't as low as 35, it's about 45. Saturday though, that's game day. Well, game night, the game's at 7:30 p.m., so you might want to be looking at that low of 56 when trying to figure out what you want to wear. But 70 degrees, that's a nice high for Saturday. And Sunday, we are seeing a chance of rain showers, a high of 69 though, so it's not going to be too cold. But I can't really compare how this upcoming weekend was to last weekend because I wasn't here. I was in Boston. I wanted to see how the weather was near Luke and Moira, and Moira was in Nashville, high of 80, mid-70s. Luke was in Montreal, looks a little bit cooler, but still looks pretty nice. Honestly, they're wearing great outfits. Definitely a lot warmer than what it seems to be right here just now. And I'm definitely going to have to take a visit to both of those spots because it seems amazing. But that's all I have. Luke and Moira, back to you guys.
Yeah, it was a great fall break this weekend. I loved my weather.
Fun.
You looked like you got a bit of a balmier time, though.
I had a blast. Yeah. I was a little sunburned at the end. High 80s. Really? So fun.
Well, the Smucker Company is suing Trader Joe's for its new frozen peanut butter and jelly sandwiches that are allegedly too similar to their Uncrustables.
Now, in the lawsuit, Smucker says that the round crustless sandwiches Trader Joe has on their shelves have the same pie-like crimped edges that Uncrustables have. Smucker also says that the blue color on the Trader Joe's sandwiches is the same blue color used in the lettering on the Uncrustables packaging. Smucker claims that the design violates their trademarks.
Well, staying in the food realm, Dunkin' is brewing up something new this Halloween. Today they launched their new candy bar latte along with the return of the spider donut and the Halloween munchkin bucket that we have right here.
I mean, take a look. This is like the best
I know, I'm so excited.
ever. Dunkin' is also releasing Halloween merch, which includes a giant spider plushie, keychains, a spider donut onesie costume, and more. I mean, we are fully in the Halloween mood. If you can't even see, you can take a look.
We have
There's
a real
little
treat today. There's no
spider.
trick. Yeah, I know.
I'm so excited.
I've actually never seen these before, but I gotta ask, as we try, let's try this
All right,
latte.
ready? Cheers.
Oh, that's really good.
There's
That
a
is, she
little
said, I'm taking that
cookie
one.
crumble.
Yeah. Okay, now I gotta try this munchkin right
I
here.
love how
I
we're,
feel like I
rating
love the
food.
sprinkles.
All right, ready? Cheers.
Okay, so I have to ask, what's your favorite like Halloween flavored thing, like that comes out seasonally?
I love the Reese's. Anytime Reese's does like a seasonal holiday thing, I feel like that's my favorite. What about you?
I would say the Kit Kat, like the ghost toast. I love that. I'm obsessed with it.
Oh my gosh, now I'm excited for trick-or-treating.
These are really good.
I know.
I will probably be trying one of these.
Out of 10, what do you rate it?
I rate the munchkins with the sprinkles. I love a good, the sprinkles are falling on the floor.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna get in trouble. But I love a good sprinkle, so I would rate that, along with this, a solid 9.5. How about you?
I mean, this donut has like a little spider on it.
I know.
What's your favorite Halloween costume you've ever
I
had?
can't even take a bite yet. My favorite Halloween costume I've ever done. I loved being Ben 10 as a kid with like the watch. And if you know, you know.
I was really creative one year. I did a half devil, half angel.
Oh.
And I painted half my face white, half my face red.
I'm gonna need to see pictures of that.
I love Halloween. Well, you know what else has me feeling energized besides this coffee? Big weekend coming up in sports. John Boccio, what you got for us?
Hey guys, long time no talk, right? And that also goes for Syracuse football coming off a bye week. So we'll have more on SU and men's hoops coming up after the break.
Rolling.
Sound is speeding.
Can you slow that down, please? This is 28-1.
28-1.
Jason, let's go see your room.
What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
Dinner. Go.
Excellent. Soccer is fun. Yeah, I saw you guys out there.
And now, your Citrus TV Sports Report.
Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm John Boccio with today's sports update. Let's start on the gridiron. Syracuse football has had quite a while to prepare for its matchup against Pittsburgh on Saturday, and SU has needed it. Into the bye week, the Orange lost back-to-back games by almost 50 combined points. I think quarterback Ricky Collins described the struggles best.
Behind me, he still believes in me. I mean, it's been rough for us as an offense, as a team. I mean, we haven't been getting the production that we wanted, outcomes that we wanted, but that he's still confident in me. He believes in me. He's continuously pushing me and coaching me hard as I've probably ever been coached in my life so far. So I really appreciate that.
It seems like the hardest coaching the redshirt sophomore has ever received hasn't really changed his play on the field. Through 2 weeks as the starter, Collins has thrown 3 interceptions and just 1 passing touchdown. Plus, he's had the 10th worst QBR of any FBS signal caller. The LSU transfer can show how the bye has helped on Saturday at 7:30. To the court. Hoop season is right around the corner, which means predictions are on the rise. The ACC released its preseason all-conference teams, which featured SU guard J.J. Starling on the second squad. The senior notched nearly 18 points per game last year, best on the Orange, and 7th best in the conference. Starling also surpassed 1,000 career points in his junior campaign, and all that helped the guard receive a pair of votes for preseason ACC Player of the Year. Preseason polls for the conference also dropped, where SU was predicted to finish 9th in the ACC, so just about the middle of the table, but don't get your hopes too high. Last season, Syracuse was predicted to be 11th in the conference, and they ended up at 14. Reminder, there's only 18 teams total in the conference. On the diamond, playoff baseball may be at the top of mind, but the offseason is in full swing for most teams like the Mets, who just solidified their new hitting coach. New York's former director of hitting, Jeff Albert, was promoted to oversee offense in the majors as opposed to overseeing offense in the minors. But these Amazons are a group of bats who need some help. The Mets hit just .250 with runners on this season, bottom 10 in Major League Baseball. Let's talk about some teams that are still alive. The Mariners and Blue Jays battle it out in Game 3 of the ALCS tonight, and that one's going to be a good one. Seattle took the first 2 in Toronto and comes back home for the first of a potential 3 in T-Mobile Park. And in the current postseason format, 90% of teams who took the opening games on the road won the World Series. All right, that's your sports for today. Thanks, guys. We'll send it back to Luke and Moira at the desk.
John, thank you. When we come back, your Wake Up Weather with Alexa Korrie.
Stay with us.
Hi, my name is Sadie Miller.
My name is Luke Brady. I go by St. Luke.
So this one I started with this guitar lick.
Hi, I'm Luke Radel.
And I'm Anjanette Song. We're your co-moderators for the Syracuse mayoral debate.
Happening right here at the Veterans Center. We are so excited to welcome you in here to the KG Town Auditorium.
Doors open at 6 on Monday, October 20th.
And as debate moderators, we actually don't have that much work to do.
That's right, and that's because you're going to be asking the questions.
So be sure to come out and join us because we have a lot of seats to fill.
A lot of seats to fill. So make sure to join us for our first ever Citrus TV mayoral town hall.
Now for the weather when you wake up, whether it's to go to class or drive to work tomorrow, it's going to be about 42 degrees out, although that might seem not too bad. It is going to feel like 38 degrees, so you're going to want to make sure you pack that coat. But that's all I have for weather, guys.
Alexa, thanks so much. It seems like it's going to be a nicer day than it was today. Well, HGTV, has announced a new show starring a Central New York native. Tammy Cayley of Manlius will appear on Bachelor Mansion Takeover. The show will feature 12 former contestants from ABC's The Bachelor and its spin-offs.
And the stars will attempt to renovate the show's mansion for a $10,000 cash prize. It's known for her appearances on The Bachelor and Bachelor in Paradise. She also launched The Society, a luxury coffee bar in Syracuse. A new reality TV show. I mean, I'm pretty excited for it. Yeah. All right, quickly, if you were a reality TV show, what show would you be in?
Mine's got to be Flip or Flop. I feel like flipping a house and selling it off to somebody else, not only does it make you a little money, it sounds great.
I'd have to say Survivor. I like the games. I like the strategy. How about you?
Would you be like more of the athletic part of it or like the strategy part of it, do you think?
A little bit of both, but I think athletic. Like I like sports and stuff, so I'd
try to do
I
that.
I see it. I think I'd be on World's Worst Cook. I'm going to roast myself real quick. I don't got it in me, so.
And I would do American Idol because, I just love to. My roommates can attest. I love to sing. Well, that's Citrus TV News Live at 6 for this Wednesday.
Don't forget, you can follow us on Instagram and X at Citrus TV News. Now, from the entire Citrus TV News team, I'm Moira Vaughan.
And I'm Welch. Have a great night, Syracuse.